Alright, so this video I'm going to talk a little bit about prisoner spawns and anything else I can think of. So, right now what I'm going to show is some of the spawn zones and how spawns work. So this will really apply to 2v2 more than anything, because you can directly influence your teammates' spawn, and unlike 3v3, 4v4 or something bigger when you have a lot of other teammates that your spawn could, depend on. So, if you can imagine the spawns, imagine like my player, first player, like there's a sphere around my body, and any of the points, spawn points that are within that sphere, when my teammate dies, is a point they can spawn in. The closer to me, the better chance they have to spawn, to get that spawn. The closer to me that the point is, better chance they have. So watch this. He should spawn. Yeah, so right there. So, and you'll see me, I'm just walking around showing the spawn zone pretty much. If I block this spawn, he's going to get either that second level or the third level. He got all the way to the top of the third. So something about Prisoner, there's only 4 spawns on the bottom of this map that you can spawn in, which helps out a lot in this map. But you don't want to spawn on the bottom of Prisoner, generally, if you don't have to. So you see right now I'm just blocking the spawn he should get, and because of that he gets one of the next closer, a spawn within that zone around me. Now, because Prisoner is such a small map, there are no random spawns. The only time a random spawn is going to happen in a 2v2 is if you try to spawn them and another team is blocking that spawn. So you see me right now, I'm just kind of hanging out in the spawn zone. I'm actually trying to get them to spawn in this bottom spawn in front of me. But like I said, just imagine it like a zone, and they can get any of the spawns in that zone. So now I'm going to try, I'll probably try to get them spawned again. Yeah, so if you want to have your teammate not spawn there, you just block his spawn, and he'll probably spawn right above you, but sometimes he can get the very top. So I got my buddy here helping me, trying to kill this guy. So right now, see, in Prisoner, because there are no random spawns, because the map is small enough, you can predict where your teammate will spawn nearly 100% of the time. Did you see me hug the wall down there, and I spawned my teammate top middle? That happens pretty regularly if you stand right there. So right now I'm trying to get him to spawn bottom red with me, and I guess I'm getting a little too close to the spawn, or maybe blocking it, because when we recorded this, I think he spawns top red a few times, which is still possible. He doesn't, because like I said, it's like a zone, and any of the spawn points in that zone, there's a chance for them to get it. So right now we're just gonna keep killing my guy, red 3, and this is one of the 4 spawns at the bottom of the map. So he finally gets the spawn, and right now I'm gonna go up here. He could spawn above me or below me, and you see he spawns below me in that spawn. So if I block that spawn though, where he was just killed at, he should spawn up top every time. Well, maybe not every time, but most of the time. So right there, he spawns second red. If you block that spawn, generally they spawn in window right now where I'm nading up to. Sometimes they will spawn, I'll show you in a second if I get there. But sometimes they'll spawn in the corner to my right. If I'm standing in that red corner spawn second, they'll spawn to my right. So as you can see, spawns in Prisoner are nearly 100% predictable unless you block it and they get a random. So okay, so right there, he could have gotten one of 2 spawns, maybe even 3 spawns. The one that I'm looking at right now, the one that he got at health, or he may even spawn bottom red, or he could have gotten more than that. He could have gotten one of 4 spawns. I think he could have got top red too. So right now I was just showing, so he should spawn at red health under me right now. See that? And if you can always, so let's say you're looking for another team, and you don't know where one of them's at, but you kill their teammate and they spawn where we just killed that guy, you can almost 100% of the time guess that they are in that ramp just hanging out. So there are a couple spawns right up here at the top of this ramp, the one I just shot in the corner, and the one right there at the top of the ramp. So now he's gonna spawn, yep, top middle. So top middle, now if I stand on this, he should spawn right under me, and he could spawn right in front of me. So yeah, he spawned right under me. If you stand where he just spawned, you can spawn him top middle. So if you stand, and I did that to show you something, if you're camping for overshield and your teammate spawns, your teammate will spawn out in the, right under, not the spawn I'm standing on right now, but the one under it to the right, where we killed him just a second ago, which isn't a great place to spawn, just so you know. If your teammates, if they know you're camping overshield, they're just gonna look there and throw grenades, or shoot a rocket, whatever they may do. So as you can see, I threw a nade in the middle there because he could have spawned to my left or to my right. So right now he should spawn, see, so it's just based on the zones and how close they are. So he spawned under me. And he won't always get the spawn under me. He could get the one under me. He could, well, if we ever kill this guy, we're so good at this game, we can't even kill our own teammate who isn't moving. So he could spawn to my right, he could spawn under me, and he could spawn out to my left. So he spawned under me again. I'm trying to get him to spawn in window. I don't know for what purpose. I don't remember why, when I was actually recording it. I'm sure I had a reason. So you see, and that's what I'm talking about. If you block that spawn, they could spawn up above me in window, or they could spawn in that corner to the right. Here's a little trick in Prisoner. The two inclines, one at red health and one where I just jumped up, you can run, jump, crouch, hold forward, and slide up the walls there. It's pretty good if you have cloak and the other team is not expecting it. There's a lot of little tricks in Prisoner. I think I show a couple. And I'm, again, just showing spawns, walking around, showing the spawn zones. So, and like right there, I knew he was going to spawn top mid. You can, once you get used to the spawns and know all the spawn points, you can predict your teammates spawn nearly 100% of the time. So I don't know what we're doing right here. I'm probably trying to show the force up spawn. Yeah, so watch this. You block this spawn, he'll spawn up. And he spawned up, and that should happen pretty much every time unless the other team's blocking it. So right now, I think I do the, yeah. So I'm not going to go over those too much. It's really just practice. You saw what I did on both of them. It's in the video. It's not very hard to get up there. So right now, I should spawn him bottom. So here's something cool about this spawn. This is the fourth bottom spawn in this map. If you stand here, you will force your teammate up top. Because there's not a spawn second level directly above you, but there is one above you. Now, same thing kind of works if I'm the level above this, in between overshield level and first level here, and I'm standing back in the corner there, you can get the bottom spawn or the top spawn at the top of overshield ramp. Just something to think about. I don't think I show that in this video, but anything could happen. If you're trying to spawn your teammate up behind someone up there and they're blocking it, your teammate's going to get bottom spawn every time. Okay, so right now, what I'm doing is trying to get him in what we call safe spawn a lot of the times, and that's because the red health spawn he's spawning in is garbage. So you see that he's spawned in the ramp where it's kind of harder to get eyes on them. But it's a pretty common spawn once you start playing people that know where to look, and especially when they're looking for a cloak guy. So here's a little trick you may not know about Prisoner. There's a hole in the ceiling right there, right where I looked. And your nade or your rocket or your shots will go straight up through there and land at the bottom of the ladder and sniper. I don't know if it's quite useful. I guess if you really knew someone was sitting up there and you had a rocket, you know, you could kill him. But you have to look in the perfect spot, and it's real little. And actually, before I knew about this, I remember a couple times someone had shot a rocket for me while I was standing there. They shot it from bottom red, and nothing happened. We heard it go off. We never saw the black mark, as you see right there, demonstrated. I actually didn't know about this for a really long time. Some other things that can happen in Prisoner. There are some places in the wall that are you can get hit by nades through the wall at. So up in this ramp to my left, where I'm at right now, you can. So if I was to nade into that ramp, and someone was standing where my teammate is standing on third port right now, bottom right, nades sometimes hit through the floor in certain spots there, and they can kill you. I've seen it happen before. I don't know exactly where you have to throw them or anything like that, and I've seen rockets do it too. Right here, I'm going to show a place, and I think in most of the places in this map where there's a light in the ceiling, you can do this. But I'll go ahead and show you this. You can look up at this light, shoot a rocket. If you know someone is camping, waiting for overshield, it will hit them to the floor. And if I didn't have overshield, this would have killed me immediately. But I actually saw a video a long time ago on YouTube where two guys were camping overshield. Now, if two people are standing on a power up at the same time, when it spawns, they both get it. And there I just did the window jump. You can see, you can jump in and out of that window. And they were camping for the overshield. They were sitting, you can split it. You know, if you're both standing on the spawn, you both get the overshield. And someone shot a rocket like a second before it spawned. They shot it from bottom, they shot it up in that little light fixture, and it killed both the guys through the floor, and they immediately quit out of the game. And it was really funny. I loved it. Actually, it's probably my favorite clip from Prisoner of all time. And I guess that's it. Just ended abruptly. Hope that wasn't terrible. I definitely could have explained it a little better. I'm going to try to do this for some more maps, and I didn't do any nade tricks because I'm going to try to have a video just for nade tricks because there's a lot of them if you really want to use them. I hope it wasn't total shit. Thanks.